everyone, happy Sunday. It is late in the day and I thought I would use what bit of the light coming through our west window, which is the back of our house, to go ahead and change this girl. This is my Amity. She's my girl. I try not to say favorites, but I went to grab her hair things because I'm going to put her into the Jamie K sweatsuit jumper thingy that I got last week or so, and she's got some hair palms and barrettes that match perfectly, but they're not where I thought they'd be, and I don't have enough light really to look for them, so I'll change her hair after the video. That'll be all right. Huh. All right, I'm just taking the tags off. She's a little trickier to change, and I have her in this seated in this like boppy lounger chair thingamajig. So we're gonna see how this goes. Also, I noticed, so she has 3/4 arm, 3/4 leg. She's got like the hinged, or the, what do you call that? Jointed shoulders. And I felt like when I picked her up, I was carrying something else, so I picked her up like this, and I felt like a crack. I'm like, oh no, I hope the joint didn't separate. It feels okay, but man, got a little too comfortable there for a moment. So Amity is, I've shared this, that she is about a 3 to 6 month size in clothing. I think she's 23 inches long. In real life baby size, what is that, probably puts her, I guess, I don't know. Well, I guess that would put her in the 3 to 6 month size range, if that's where the clothing that she wears is, right? Oh, that was an intelligent moment for me. Sorry, I'm kind of wrestling the shirt off of her, so I brought her close to me. But I think her styling, like her hair, is a little bit closer to at least 9 to 12 months, almost into, she's not quite toddler, but she's an older baby, I think, than 3 to 6 months. They're pretty much still laying flat on their backs at that age. My niece was walking, I think, at 9 months, but not 6. So you may not have seen her. Oh, she's fallen into the middle there. You may not have seen her without pants on before. I'm not sure. I haven't changed her on camera in a bit. You can see her 3/4 legs. I love the posability that the 3/4 limbs give. I love the variety. I don't think that if I had, I think that having the full limbs is great for versatility of outfits and stuff. And if I just had one doll, I would definitely go that way. Now, I started out with my first doll had 3/4 limbs, arms and legs, and he was a newborn size, but I didn't care. I had a doll, but to me, more important to me now, and that was a big deal for me for a long time when collecting, was that it had to have full limbs, and it makes little to no difference to me now, and I appreciate kind of the trade-off that you get there, right? Like I was saying, I think I'm gonna put some plastic on her head just because this opening's a little bit tight. We borrowed from Billy. This is the head covering that came home with Billy. My silicone. I'm just going to borrow it for just a second. Sorry, girl. I know it's a little bit... it's a little morbid looking, maybe. But want to minimize the pulling on, the rubbing and the pulling on her hair and stuff. There we go. Okay, come here, girl. We'll spritz up your hair when we get done. This color is so gorgeous on her. My goodness. I don't know if I have time to go into a full chat about it, but one of my viewers made a comment that, observed that I have a variety of dolls from a variety of artists, which is true, and said, it's difficult to trust, to just like go forth and just buy from a bunch of different artists, because there's, I think the way I took it is there's just so much like scamming out there. So it's easy to stick with the people that you have had good experiences with. That is absolutely true. And like, how do I do that or successfully? And or collectors, including me, that do that successfully, because certainly there is nothing unique about what I know or do in the doll collecting world. That is for sure. Other than just doing what I like. It's unique to me just because it's me, mine, my specific dolls. But in terms of knowledge and technique, there's nothing that I've invented. But anyway, getting back to the point, I think when you've had, for me, because I've had a decent volume of dolls kind of come in and out through these doors, and I've seen photos, like how certain features on a doll translate in photos, that's part of it. Like, there are times I'm scrolling and I come across a doll and I'm like, I just can tell that the painting technique is, I like it. That it's got like the detail and the attention to detail that I enjoy and like value in my dolls. And maybe it could be a photo that you might just scroll past if you don't give it another glance, because you're used to looking for a certain type of quality of lighting or posing or whatever. Oh my gosh, I can't even with this doll. Amity, you look so cute. You guys, I'm freaking out for a minute. Just let me have my moment. I don't even know if you can see how cute she's looking, but this is one of the cutest things I've ever put on her, ever. This is from Jamie K's like waffle something, and I forget the name, but it's basically kind of like a dusty rose color. And I hoped this would be a good look for her, and it really, really is. See Betty in the back? So anyway, like, there are certain things that I spot, like, I was trying to think about how would I describe that. Some of it is like the variations of the blushing and stuff on the fingers, and I think I'm gonna have to probably put some more thought into that. When it comes to working with a new artist, though, I cross-reference. I look for them on multiple platforms. I look at who's commented on their photos, and if I can pick up who may have purchased dolls from in the past through comments and stuff, I'll try to go look at that collector's pictures of the doll too, and get an idea of, what the doll maybe photographs like. Not that, I mean, I've had and seen some incredible dolls that, with pictures, if pictures are taken in poor lighting or on a different type of camera, it's not reflected, and so the doll does not look as beautiful as it actually is. And that's part of it too, because I've seen kind of like crappy photos of a doll that I know is amazing. It works in reverse too, right? Like, if you see a doll listed, you can kind of read between the lines, I guess. But anyway, if I can find a doll that's in the community that came from that artist, number one, if their dolls are around, it's more of a chance that they're more reputable. But two, then I can also kind of see how their work shows up when it's not artist photos, not studio lighting and that kind of thing. I also ask people if I know that they're familiar or they follow a certain artist. I might ask if they have seen their doll in person, that kind of thing. But a lot of it's personality though too, right? Like George, I didn't, now I've connected with the artist on social media, but I wasn't connected with her at all until after I even got him. I think I looked her up and spent a little bit more time. Like I found her profile initially and felt comfortable that she was legit and she had good, she had a good number of reviews. But with him, he just had so much realism in, and it doesn't always just come down to, the style of painting. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. With her, it was personality all day long. Now, to me, her coloring and like the little freckles and the way her eyebrows are done are realistic in a way that's so different from a lot of the other dolls that I have, but in its own way, it's just like really, because it's different, it's realistic, Here's George. I'm trying to keep him out of the shadows, but these two together. They're about the same size clothing. He's chunkier though, but he has full limbs, so his limbs are not as long either. George. With him, it was like personality, ruddy cheeks, and you know that I usually go for rooted hair, but there are some exceptions. And to me, like his hair painting was so subtle and it was so perfect for the personality and the age of baby that he looks, that I just knew. I don't know. But I would just say, like, some of it is just repetition of seeing a lot of photos, seeing a lot of dolls, knowing what you're looking at, but cross-referencing too for both getting maybe some different photos, but also feeling comfortable if you've never heard of the artist or worked with the artist, that it's somebody who's legitimate. If I've never seen anybody interacting with their posts or where they've actually bought a doll or there's no like kind of proof of life, so to speak, there's no way that I would send them my money. I can't with her. I'm going to put some more thought into that and see if there's, here's what I'm going to do. Because I know it innately, but I'm not doing a great job of speaking it. I'm going to shop without buying, and I'm going to notice what I'm noticing. I'm going to take note of it. That's what I'm going to do. Just because it's been, a couple people have made mention of it, and so some people might be interested in that. I know that it's, especially when you're newer and you don't know where to begin and what is safe and all of that. I also get asked where I buy my dolls. I get that question a lot on videos, and I just want to say, I talk about where I get my dolls a lot. The other thing is, when I make a video, when I do a box opening, I always mention where I got that doll. And then I also put in the description the artist, like who the artist was. But most of the questions come on the box opening videos. So I just wanted to mention, if you're watching a box opening video and you're curious where I got the doll, you can find that info in the video. Usually after I've opened the doll and it's no longer a secret who the baby is, then I'll share the artist information and paperwork and stuff. But usually in the beginning, I'm rambling on about the story of where I found the doll or whatever. Most of my dolls I've purchased from the artist directly. I'm looking at the ones in my collection. goodness. This is actually, this is kind of, I never really thought about this. Every doll that I have, I bought on the first mom. Of all my Reborns and my silicone Billy, I got them all from the artist. So anyway, that info is in the video. Usually a little story up front while I'm opening the box and rambling away like I am right now. And then who the artist is always revealed and put in the description afterwards. See if I can do a rundown. Amity, I bought from Elena Lili directly through Facebook Messenger chatting. And with her, I think it was PayPal. And then Elena Lili, I can't remember if with Anastasia, I think I did a Wise, which was a wire transfer. That's for my Anastasia, both directly Facebook Messenger relationship with the artist. Betty, I got directly from the artist. And Reborns, I found her on Reborns.com, but then I found out that Emily has her own website and has been trying to shift over to her website, so I went ahead and made the purchase through her website. Reagan is from Anna Danelska, and I bought her, again, Facebook Messenger, I think, is where I have most of my chats with her, but I bought her directly through conversations with the artist. And I'm trying to remember, I think PayPal for her. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cameron, George, through eBay. Already talked about Murphy, Anastasia. And then I got Gabriel, I found on Reborns.com. I went and looked up the artist on Instagram and connected with her. I talked to her about the doll. And then I did a payment plan, which I paid off early because I have no patience, and I always do. But through Reborns.com, she set up the invoice and paid via PayPal invoice. Hello, gorgeous. Maeve, I got through a conversation with the artist. I have dual conversations on Facebook and Instagram with her, and I purchased her with a Western Union transfer, actually. But artist well known, long conversations, all that jazz. Many moons ago, I bought Miss Charlie Ingalls through PayPal friends and family, and talked, and I think Facebook Messenger. And Tegan, my Sula, I bought through Reborns.com, and also found the artist on Instagram and, you know, cross-reference, and that's where I got her. And Billy I found on Facebook, my silicone, she's downstairs. I found her on Facebook, and I messaged Georgia through Facebook Messenger about her and had my conversations and questions there, and then she invoiced me directly. That is, those are all my babies. Oh, and I will tell you that the only one here right now that was a custom is my Anastasia Murphy. After I got her, and there was a whole kit story. Maybe someday I'll recap that in a video when I'm changing Murphy. She was a custom. That's the only custom I have in-house right now. Now I've got 2 dolls arriving early this week. Oh goodness, I don't know if I'll share them right away. One was a doll that was already complete, and one was a custom. And then my other doll that's being done is a custom, both from, as I've said, artists that I've worked with before. And that's it. Okay, that I think sums that up. I'll get myself together a little bit more to better answer that question, but I'm glad we had a chance to change Amity. I'm like really in love with this outfit, and I think she's gonna hang out with me this week because I can't handle, like I can't stop looking at her. She's so cute. All right, last week was crazy. Hoping this week will be a little bit fun crazy. I hope everybody has enjoyed the weekend so far, if it's your weekend. I know not everybody works the same work schedule, but we'll be back real soon, and sooner or later we'll be sharing some new babies on here, and I'm working on a new series of basically like questions from a non-doll collector about me and my collecting, so that's going to take some time. So stay tuned for that. We're sending out lots of love, you guys. Bye for now.